Anyways, on the Axis side, on the side of the Axis, we have it's over golden, bros. It's Marcel.
Interesting.
That's his
Okay.
username. He changed his username.
Okay.
He's taunting you, man. You're gonna just take
Game
that.
game recognizes game. Understood.
Okay, I see how it is. And then on
Marcel's
the left
washed.
side, on the allies, we have Jeanne, or also known as Mio, playing on the allies. All right, predictions right now. What are we gonna see on allies? What are we gonna see on Axis?
I think they're gonna start out with civs. I think they're gonna do their mills after, and then I think that the allied player is gonna bust out the deep tech, whip out Soviet Expeditionary Force, spawn in 40 with tank divisions, and they're gonna win in the first week.
40 with tank divisions.
Yes.
Heavy tank or medium
Heavy
tanks?
Super heavy tanks, actually.
Super heavy
duper heavy tanks, actually.
Yeah, and the Axis player, and here's my prediction. The Axis player is gonna go. He's gonna go Army of the Po. He's gonna have 130 15 with motorized divisions, all flying everywhere. The allied player is just not going to be able to handle motorized company there, motorized company there, motorized company there, encirclement. My super heavy tanks, they're too slow. And he's going to get encircled in Frankfurt, going to get encircled in Cologne, get encircled in Amsterdam. Then there's going to be a counterattack from the super heavy tanks. All right, now I'm going too far. I've gone too far.
No, I agree. I think what you said is completely accurate, guys. If you don't know, each faction receives on average about 185 million heavy tanks. You could do with them what you'd like. You have 1,000 mils that you can spare. Ignore what you see at the top of the caster perspective when it says 30 factories. In reality, it's just missing a bunch of zeros.
It's overflown. So actually, there's a stack overflow at 256,000.
Yeah, it happens, guys.
That is the integer cap. So he's not at 30 factories. He's actually at 256,030 factories.
I just peed myself. I don't know why.
You just peed yourself?
Okay. I just peed myself. I'm so excited.
All right.
We are getting underway. Both players now, assuming their position at the bench.
Yeah, so we do have, so right now we do have a show match, guys. We have a show match, and we have Marcel, just to say it again, we have Marcel on the axis, and we have Mio or Jeanne on the allied nations. This is a show match. Both players went 3-0 in their respective groups today. They did not face off against each other. They were the players suggested, hey, since we both went 3-0, would you guys like to see a show match between us? Because, hey, to be fair, I'm not going to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean to the guys that we saw earlier today. Every match that we've seen so far today has been a complete wipe to one side.
Agree. This is actually true. W take for once.
For once?
Nothing but L takes from you today. A little bit longer, and we're gonna be able to see what paths they're gonna be going down. I hope to see something spicy. I'm actually very satiated after seeing that deep tech of going the allied tank focus and then doing the spawn-ins. You can see stylistically, by the way, the differences between the two players here with the way that they're doing their IC. I suspect that this is actually probably going to end up being a closer match than we suspect, just by virtue of both sides are putting down factories like very min-maxy. I know Marcel, from experience, is a known quantity, but looking at... I'm sorry, what is the other player's name? So I get this. It's just Jeanne, right?
Yeah, or Mio.
Or Mio. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Mio
many people know him in the community as Mio.
Yeah, Mio is using outdated, or was for a while using outdated infantry equipment tech.
He still is.
You know, oh wait, it's because I'm on the.
Yeah,
whoopsies.
the thing is though, I was about to mention, yeah, that's actually pretty smart, right? You can get more out. The thing is though, all of your mills. This is something that's was discovered by Dankis, I believe, in season 1. All of your mills have max efficiency on infantry equipment 2. Day 1, right? So all the mills you get have max efficiency on infantry equipment 2. Not really sure why it does that. That might be a vanilla thing. I'm not really sure why it does that, but
It'd just be a weird quirk with the mod.
it could be a weird quirk with the mod. But as you can see, even though Mio has more on guns and outdated guns, he is producing less guns. However, when he gets more production efficiency, he will of course outproduce on guns. But right now, as we speak, Marcel is outproducing on guns despite using more up-to-date guns. So something to recognize about the mod.
It's no bueno.
Yeah. I mean, like, once you get the efficiency, like I'm saying, it could be good. Like, the efficiency is growing. Like, with every tick, the efficiency is growing, you know? And you can see it. It's like every day goes by, he gets like 0.2 more per day. So he's shortly going to be outproducing. But right now, Marcel's outproducing.
Even with the exception of the way that the infantry equipment works with the production cap, I feel like you're putting yourself at such a major disadvantage just by having so many less stats because you're using outdated infantry equipment. It's marginally cheaper, but in my mind, I don't think it warrants doing that. Like, you're going to meaningfully maybe get one more infantry division, and all of them are going to be doing like 20 less stats, and a mod where it's like really about stacking them.
Yeah, I'm not like you said, is it really gonna make that big of a difference that it's worth it? Is it gonna really make that big of a difference that going basic, where you get 3 soft attack versus improved? So it's not even 1 mil, it's not even 1 behind, it's 2 techs behind. Dude, this is, wait, no way this is worth it. It's 3 times the stats.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. It's really
not
20%.
It's a 66% decrease.
Yeah, infantry equipment in particular is one of those types of techs that is like really important baseline for everything. It's not just for your infantry divisions; it applies to every facet, including tank divisions and whatnot. So skimping out on that, it can make sense sometimes in situations, but I feel like here it doesn't make much sense. Maybe in practice, Mio can show us the potential of it, but right now I remain
now starting to
outproduce.
Right now he's starting to outproduce, but keep in mind that he has more than double the amount of mills on infantry equipment. If he put all of his mills straight up on infantry equipment 2 day 1, he would have max efficiency, and he could probably be outproducing right now with this many mills on it.
Yep, absolutely, 100%. I think that will probably come around to bite him later on when he gets outnumbered.
We'll have to see it. We'll have to see
it. A jump if he gets outnumbered.
We'll have to see it, because right now he is producing a lot of infantry equipment. Marcel is going for the same build that we saw in the previous one. He's going for a lot of support artillery, or a lot of artillery. I imagine it is for the same. Yep, he has the same infantry design that he used last time. He's going for 2 wits. Basically the standard 7-2s. This is like a very standard division. I think in the current meta, probably the best division in vanilla is the 7-2, better than 14-4. Ever since the supply patch, at least, I found that 7-2s are more work better.
They also changed the combat width. I think it was by blood alone. No step back. So it's not as like one size fits all anymore. Yeah. I think it's 22 wits are the best thing you could do now
to fit every single tile.
I think it's some guy did a analysis of it, and it's just mathematically it is the superior template number.
Yeah. Well, that being said, Mio now has 20. He just deployed 26 divisions. And that is without his path. Keep in mind, chat, we're not talking about the focuses, because neither player has chosen their specific focuses yet. Both are doing the standard meta play of going down industry first. That's what has become the standard meta play, at least for this map. I think probably for all the maps, except for maybe the C map, this is probably the best idea. Go for your industry first. Buy the advisors that give you the XP. And then after you do all of your mill industry, you go into the focuses.
I mean, it doesn't really, unless someone can come up with like a really revolutionary difference in the order that people go down, it's very hard to have a convincing reason to do otherwise on that. Like doing your industry as soon as you can just inherently will make the most sense.
Yeah.
But we have seen variations here and there. Nobody's been able to successfully pull it off up until this point. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's some specific order that you can do that ends up actually being strong. There's enough room with the current faction setups that I think someone could discover a path where you could delay it by like a couple focuses.
Okay, so we're now starting to see the infantry equipment really scale up for our allies player for Mio. The efficiency is growing at 0.156 a day, but right now he's basically a double outputting on guns, but that's because he has 3 times the amount of factories on guns. So are we gonna see day one just like a lot more infantry coming out from the side of the allies? I think you have to. If you're going this build, you're gonna need a lot more infantry to compensate. Especially when you're fighting against these 7-2 divisions.
You're setting yourself up for potential disappointment, honestly. And so depending on how things pan out, I'm curious, but intrigued to say the least. I mean, just looking at this now, like, yeah, they're both still doing their mo focuses as well. I mean, I want to see if there's going to be a spicy path. Looking at the way they're setting up their factories, though, they probably aren't going to go for anything too crazy. But who knows? There's a chance. We're coming in live.
We're coming in live.
From 10 feet away on my bed.
Oh. Sounds comfy. Don't go to sleep, man.
No, I'm not going to sleep. I'm like what's it called? I'm trying to set up like a how do you describe it? Let's say you're at the park, right? Okay. You see someone, they got a blanket laid out, right? They got like a book in front of them, but they're lying on their stomach, like, you know what I mean?
And they're swinging their legs back and forth.
Yes, that's actually verbatim what I'm doing.
That's verbatim what you're doing while you're watching? Are you watching my POV?
I have a wireless mouse.
Oh.
I live in the 21st century. Don't call me a caveman. What was that? What was that? Oh, what are you, a little pretentious?
Well,
oh, I'm not uncivilized. I use a wired cable like the Stone Age.
Yeah, but your input lag, bro. It's got to travel wirelessly.
Yeah, but I use a USB 3.1 because it has lower latency than a wired mouse. I'm not even kidding. I don't know how it's possible, but I play OSU, so I can get actual latency measurements.
And it's better?
Yes, I'm not kidding. It's honestly amazing.
You know, honestly, having an untethered mouse might be the play.
Oh, it's God tier. Yeah,
it must be really good. You know what? My next mouse will be a wireless mouse. I've decided now. You've convinced me.
You should get a Steel Series mouse.
A Steel Series mouse?
Buy Steel Series mouse.
You know, that's a great idea. I think I'm going to look at some Steel Series mice right after this. Is there any mice that you can recommend?
No.
Ah.
Not by name.
You failed. Steel Series will be contacting you immediately.
For the Steel Series Pro Gamer Hub.
This is actually the last time we're going to be seeing Golden, not just in the stream, but in real life too. Bye, Golden.
No. Wait.
No. Okay, so we're now seeing Italian. So Marcel's doing essentially the same build that he did in the last match that we spectated of his today, and we're seeing Americans for allied player. Wow. Amazing, original, great. And by the way, that production cap is really coming in, and 26 factories on infantry equipment. He's now doing 3-to-1 on infantry equipment. So is this going to translate into 3-to-1 divisions?
Probably not.
Well, you kind of have to if your stats are a third, if your infantry stats are a third of your opponent's, right? You kind of have to have 3-to-1 number advantage to compensate, no? By simple mathematics, that would make the most sense to me. Only 2 on airplanes, by the way. And I think this is the standard one, what we've been seeing over and over again here in Commanders in Conflict.
Okay. All right. I unplugged my microphone. What you said is accurate. I'm now holding my microphone like a TV interviewer.
I wish I could see.
It's making it more dynamic. I feel like I'm part of the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like a star, chat.
I wish I could see. Yeah,
Okay.
so we're seeing the only 2 on fighters, and we're seeing the standard fighter design. 3 heavy MG 2s, drop tanks, self-sealing fuel tanks, and extra fuel tanks.
Hey, can you get your stepdaughter's opinion? I can hear her on the microphone. I'm curious if she believes that the Italy path is a blunder or not.
Okay, let me ask her. Violet, do you think these guys do you think this guy's gonna win the Germany, or do you think this guy's gonna win the France? Tell him into the mic. Germany or France? Tell him. Speak louder, and you gotta speak into the mic. Come on. Yeah, tell him. Okay. Which one? Left or right? Left or right? The right? Tell him in the mic. Say the right one. She's shy.
Aww.
Aww. Anyways, yes, she is right now watching this, and she is very intrigued. She's going to be better than you one day, Golden.
Yeah, this is true. I will become a grandpa at some point.
You will be a grandpa, and she's going to be out microwaving you, and
That's never gonna happen, Buster. I'll stay up to date on my Osu practice. I won't let Violet beat me.
You'll never become a grandpa. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're a vampire that's gonna be 22 forever.
Absolutely, I've been 22 for 465 years.
This is kind of concerning. So wait, 265 years you've been a vampire?
Incorrect. 465.
265.
465.
465.
Yes, 465. Yes.
So you you became a vampire in the 1600s.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Huh.
I was there for fuck, what would be historically accurate? I was there for nope, that's still too early. That's 1500s. What happened in the 60s? That's the age of absolutism. I know this from EU4.
Yes.
I was there for no, still too early.
What country did you live in? Let's make it easier.
Well, that's why I'm getting to that. I need to pick a country that I know trivia in. Not that I'm trying to make stuff up, because I'm speaking the truth.
Okay, so you fought in the Wait, is 1600 is no? I was thinking of no. By the way,
I'm actually drawing blanks here. What happens in the 60s? Surely there's a century of history there for me to pull from.
You were at here, I'll give it for you, okay? Since you've tried. You were at the siege of Vienna. You were a janissary in the army of the Ottoman army.
That was in 1600? I thought that was like 1400.
No, the siege of Vienna of 1600, and you were a janissary.
I was a janissary?
Yes, you were a janissary in the Ottoman army, sieging Vienna, feeling confident that you will be successful of your siege. You were torn apart from your family at a young age, forcefully converted.
Western history says we lost that siege. We actually won, guys.
No, and the winged hussars arrived, and you ran away. You ran into the forest outside of Vienna.
That's Western biased history. In reality, we routed the hussars, then we burned Vienna to the ground.
Oh. Well, maybe you were a winged hussar, actually. And then a janissary stabbed you on the floor, and you're like, please,
and
anything.
And then I was reborn as a vampire.
No, then a vampire came, and he said, do you wish to continue to live? And you were like, yes, my love, Goldenita, your wife, Goldenita.
Goldenita?
Oh, actually, no, she would be Polish, because you're Polish, so her name would be, like, Goldeniski. You'd be like, oh, my love, Goldeniski, yeah, I want to see her one more time. And he's like,
looked
okay.
her dead in the eyes.
And then he made you a vampire, and then you became a vampire, and then you went and you lived with your love. But then you didn't realize the curse of a vampire. As you stayed 24 forever, she aged and grew, and your kids aged and grew, and they thought you were weird because you weren't growing, and then you had to run away, and it was devastating watching your wife become
I would like everyone
lady.
in chat to know that his stepdaughter is listening to the story. He's probably infatuated with the series of events. Probably thinks it's completely accurate.
Anyways, let's talk about the actual game that's going on.
They're still doing their country paths. I want you to know that in the moment where Goldenita looked me dead in the eyes, and I was held in her embrace, the one thing I told her before I felt my life slip into the age of vampirism was that I wanted to find someone who would do Soviet path. Unfortunately, that's not happening today either, but I'm still on the hunt. Someone will do 5th Guard's tank army, and I know it will happen.
No one is going to do the Soviet path. You're going to continue living.
I don't care. I will find the
No
Soviet.
one.
Give me the Soviet path. Where did you place it?
I took it away from you. I took it away from you forever. You're never going to get the Soviet path.
Bullshit.
You're never going to get the Soviet path.
It's too good, man. Nobody's taking advantage of it. Everybody wants their pee poo poo Italy first army path. I spawn in 8 divisions. Me. What about my 25% cheaper heavy tank division, huh? What about that?
You know, if you want to see, if you want to see great Soviets. He didn't win. This player didn't win, but he did a great, very outstanding victory against the 2nd place victor of the season 1. You can watch this guy, Absolute Habibi, versus that guy from college on YouTube. That guy from college, Absolute Habibi.
But I beat college with 5th Guard's tank army though.
And Habibi did go 5th Guard's tank army, and he would have won if college didn't use cheats, hacks, and the game was
but like unlike you who lost, rigged. I won. I beat college on the build.
Okay, but I was alive on the stream. You were in the training room, so for all we know, that could have never happened. I saw it happen, but I could just be like right now, that didn't happen, guys.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're an NPC.
I am an NPC. Would you like to know more?
No, get out of my head.
Anyways, the war's about to start.
The allied player is not doing Adopt the Sherman before he does Hell on Wheels, so his tanks are going to be inferior. There's one day left. Looking at it right now, I'm going to quickly check. The allied player, crucially, did not elect to do a spy agency, does have a motorized template forthwith that he's going to be using to take Amsterdam. Crucially, he will not have one to take Cologne, but both sides are rushing for it. It could be a blunder from the Axis right now because he's not pathing correctly, but they are both rushing for the city. Could go either way, actually, but nope.
There's
he's going to take Cologne after all.
15 more divisions for the allied player. 15 more divisions. 5 more divisions. That's not
we'll have to see how that translates.
We'd have to see how it translates. And keep in mind that the allied player is doing... he is spawning 7 more. Or 6 more. He is doing support artillery and support rocket artillery. So we're gonna have to see how this translates, because of course he is using 2 techs behind tanks. So I mean infantry equipment, not tanks. We're gonna see how this translates. Hell on Wheels. The tank has spawned in. I do want to see. Sorry, chat. I do want to see. Yeah. So he actually has 100, actually almost 200 less soft attack. If you do adopt the Sherman, then Hell on Wheels, your tank division has 200 more soft attack. That's pretty insane, Golden. Anyways, Mio on the allied side is pushing Marcel on the Axis side. He's got still the division advantage. Let's see if he can pull it. Two of the victory points, though, are in the hand of the Axis. We did see both players go for motorized divisions day 1, and we did get the age-old question. If both go motorized divisions, who will get the victory points first? Axis player do end up getting Cologne and Frankfurt first if both rush for at the same time. I don't think there was a skill issue here. That's just the nature of the map. But can this translate? Into Axis victory? We'll have to see. As the allied player is using outdated guns for his infantry.
Yep.
He's making a lot of guns, though. He is making a lot of guns. He's now got 2,000 stockpile.
It's a bit of a phony war situation, though, because both sides have kind of like reached the natural borders that you usually will. Yeah,
I think that if both players are equal skill, you'll see this exact front line over and over again.
Yeah.
From my own practice matches, your practice matches, this is what you always see.
It is, in my opinion, though, very just bizarre that neither side elected to do a spy agency, especially the Germans. I think Marcel, knowing that he's going down the U.S. path and deliberately allowing himself to like not get a reduction in the U.S. planning bonus is just crazy to me. It's such an easy thing to do that you can elect voluntarily to just get a huge bonus on your divisions, like doing ciphers or just putting spies up.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know what Golden is talking about, you can actually negate all entrenchment and planning with a spy network. The allied player, this very big meta left U.S. Army path, you do get a max planning factor of 30%. And it is with superior firepower, which doesn't get planning bonus, but you get other bonuses. So you stack that with your other bonuses. You can, with that 30%, you can get up to about 48% max planning factor.
I mean, just looking at this instinctively, I would need to see something beyond just basic infantry equipment that would allow him to just take cities like Cologne, especially when there's going to be like a lot of last standing. I don't really see that right now. I see Toad Rocket already starting to be built, but at the rate it's going, it'll take just forever to finish.
By the way,
I'm intrigued.
There is a weakness in the Axis' front. It's near Nuremberg. However, it is a bit of a supply trap for the Allies to go for it, which is why I think
it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. But I think Marcel's just playing on the fact that maybe that Mio knows that, and he's playing on it. But Mio has the number advantage, so he's now going for...
As we say that, he's actually starting to move in now.
Yeah.
Let's see if he realizes that there are no divisions to stop on either fringe of the front line. Which is crazy to me, considering the numerical advantage. Like, he's still... Like, it's 22 to 40, basically. And
yeah,
it's almost double. I truly cannot fathom this. Marcel is voluntarily doing the Civ focuses instead of spawning in the 5 free colonial divisions from his focus. That's crazy to me.
The colonial divisions actually would be better against these infantry divisions.
He just needs something to cover the line. Sure, he spawns in 4 divisions like that, but it's just, you could literally, like, both edges, both flanks are just wide open. That's bizarre to me.
Yeah, both flanks are wide open right now. This is he's going for the push. He was able to successfully get Nuremberg, so the supply trap is no longer there. And interestingly enough, yeah, Mio is already, the allied player Mio is already on extensive conscription because he's going this spam build. By the way, 11 divisions in training. Mio gonna go up to 55 divisions here. He's already out of manpower. He's
covering himself just in case.
Yeah. And this is why he went the outdated guns. So Marcel right now having actually a equipment problem, not in guns but in everything else. Meanwhile, on Mio's side, on the ally side, we can see that he's doing good on artillery but lacking on rocket artillery and guns. But this gun deficit is not going to last.
It's dangerous though, because
it's literally 5 days.
So long as Marcel continues to outproduce him on arty to this degree, like 11, he's making nearly 12 a day. You could outnumber, but if the divisions are just doing like 200 base soft attack, like once they're entrenched and they're getting attacked into, which they should be, considering he's currently winning. If for everybody who's out of the loop, Marcel is ahead because he owns Cologne and Frankfurt. So long as that remains the case, if he has divisions that he's playing on defense, it doesn't matter if he outnumbers them because they're going to be doing such insane stats. Already, the tank division that was sitting in the city of Cologne when it got attacked did 400 soft attack, 400 hard attack, and like 500 defense, which are really good stats, honestly. So we'll see. I like the quantity will work if he's able to just completely envelop them by figuring out that he can't cover the entire line. But as it stands, it seems like he's oblivious to the reality of Marcel's position.
The thing is, becomes the... I can't think of the word of it, but basically when you're playing against a good player, you kind of expect certain things, right? Like, for example, this is a supply trap for the Allies. So you kind of expect that the Axis player has divisions here that will basically trap you if you try to do a push towards, like, Berlin, for example, and get you encircled. The thing is, though, Marcel doesn't have those divisions. So potentially, basically, is a bit of a mind game situation where you think there's something behind the line, but there actually isn't. As I say that, he is now pushing. No, he's now concentrating on one side of the front. On a 1-to-1 fight, though, it's actually his divisions are losing. The allied divisions are losing. So now the equipment difference is coming into play. But yeah, mind games being
just the
played
template
here.
Is better.
Yeah, the template is
just far better.
Way better.
I mean, just look at the stats. Like, even over a river with bad weather, like, he's still doing 81 soft attack.
Yeah. And now that is a
And
division
then circle division.
Yeah.
Yeah, now his southern flank. Apologies. Now his southern flank is completely secure. The front is significantly lower than it could have been if you basically put every division he could into Nuremberg. It's a risk-averse gameplay style. It's what? Speak of the devil, he's just randomly snaking with the motorized.
That just got deleted immediately.
Yeah, I don't know the plan. I think it was the forward that he had from before.
Yeah, it was a forward. It wasn't.
That's the supply hub. Cone technically is cut off now. So long as he doesn't reconnect and he's pinned. I mean,
11 divisions now out. Another 11 divisions out for the allied player. But yeah, the stats difference is quite concerning for the allied player. You know, in many of these battles, just straight up on 1-to-1. The allied units are just not comparable to the Axis
units. He took Dusseldorf. I think it's a liability to hold it personally, considering the terrain is so hostile to him.
He's pushing across the river. No, there's nothing on that fort. He just got the fort. It is a level 1 fort, so it's not the biggest of deals. But yeah, that is a
take Rotterdam. He should probably just move in one division to Rotterdam and then blow it.
Yeah, that is a great idea. How's the air battle going right now?
So far, it seems just like they're just flipping.
Yeah,
like almost ping-ponging.
Yeah, so this is what we're talking about on this map. Since there's so many air tiles, on this map, what you can do is you can just keep switching where you put your air and where you attack, and not necessarily actually have to do air trades.
Marcel is he just absolutely blundered. Did you not? He while you were explaining that, he attacked with the divisions that were entrenched at Cologne.
Oh, he's
and
lost
there are
his
only 2 of them. Yeah, this is just such a blunder.
But is he actually going to lose Cologne? Right now,
probably not.
The game is saying no.
He'll last stand his way to victory, but it does not bode well if he makes mistakes like that.
Yeah. You got to be really careful not to lose your entrenchment bonus like that, especially on an urban tile.
Yeah, it's too much of a stat bonus as well. It's like 40% stats. You need to be careful. That almost cost him all of his game plan.
And we're now looking at 54 divisions compared to 26 divisions. We've officially entered double territory, more than double territory. Yet I'm not really seeing that double come into impact. Like, of course, we have caster advantage here, so we can look at Marcel's advantage on Marcel's side, and we can see that Marcel's he's covering with what he got, but it's his line isn't thin. It's just it's not wide. Like, he's not covering his entire flanks.
Yeah, he just truly does not know. I can't believe that is the case.
How would he know?
He needs to Mio has all the numbers. If he looks at the We're at War tab, he can see the numbers. Even if he doesn't have any intel whatsoever, he can still tell 26 to 50 or 26 to 60. And if he just counts the divisions that he can see on the front line, even a rough estimate will tell him that there are not enough divisions. I get the Fog of War might be playing an impact here, but if he takes advantage of the tools that are at his disposal, he can see that he doesn't have a single other division to cover the flank.
Yeah, that's a great point. We do see him now planning 4 different plannings, so I think what we might be seeing here is he's gonna hit passing the torch, get the planning bonus, and do one big push. I think that would be my prediction.
I don't even think he'll break through on the divisions that are entrenched, the proper main line. I don't think it'll happen.
Passing the torch is coming. That's a 30% planning bonus. Just to keep in mind right now, he gets he actually already gets 36.
Before the focus finishes, take it away. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the Axis player is also in the same boat. Actually, no, he's going for Civ still. Axis player has opted in to go for Civ production rather than complete his bonuses. But keep in mind that the bonuses that you get here, you can get 5 colonial and you can get some air bonuses, but they're not as big as the allied bonuses, I'd say. And now a big push. Now the allies' big push is coming in. Surprisingly, he's doing it before he gets passing the torch. All of the front lines, we're seeing red bubbles all across the line. The superior stats of the Axis side, the superior divisions of the Axis side are coming into play, but big push is coming along, battle planning happening here. And now once again on Nuremberg, the divisions are moving slightly forward, creeping up forward, and it looks like this offensive is going to fail. Lots of equipment being lost. lots of infantry, lots of lives being lost. We're actually seeing huge number differences, losses for the Allied player, but he's noticing around Nuremberg there is nothing here. There's not enough divisions to cover his entire push. On the side of Marcel, he doesn't have everything to cover the line, and his line is getting thinner as he pushes to Amsterdam. At the same time, he's also pushing at Dusseldorf, but Mio on the Allies, he's pushing near Frankfurt, trying to get the encirclement around Frankfurt. Keep in mind, guys, right now the Axis player is winning because he holds 2 of the 3 victory points. Both players opting for no spy network, by the way. Both players opting for no spy network. Actually, scratch that. Axis player completed his spy 30 days ago, his spy intelligence agency, and now can start getting intel and negating that planning. And oh, Amsterdam looks like it's falling for Mio. Oh, a big offensive just happened by Mio. It failed, and now he's about to lose Amsterdam.
His divisions are just too outclassed.
Yeah, the divisions difference is really coming into play. Look at the losses.
Spy network? No network, guys.
On the Axis there is. He just finished.
Yeah, he made one, but the spy isn't assigned.
But look at the losses. And I think he's going to have to now go to service by requirement.
Yeah,
he's
learning a lesson.
The losses, well, he's still mobilizing, so he doesn't have to do that yet. But yeah, the losses are actually insane. Look at the numbers. It's 5-1. 5-1 losses. And there's only been one encirclement.
Honest to God, even with the current situation of just how the units are outclassed, he's just not properly leveraging the amount of units he has. Like, look at Dusseldorf, Bonn, like the one east of it, north of Koblenz. He could move all those divisions over to the right side and then just do like a consolidation of forces. He doesn't need to have this many to cover the tiles like Cologne. He could just blitz through and make his way to Berlin, and there would be very few divisions to stop. He's not playing into making a longer front, and for that's surprising to me.
Yeah. Well, now passing the torch is finishing. Keep in mind that the Axis player has opted to go for Civ, finishing his Civ industry before going for Marcello d'Italia and by blood alone. I was saying how like the bonuses aren't as big as the Allied bonuses, like you're not getting max planning factor and stuff like that. But now that he does have that, look at that. He can get a max planning of 44%. 44.
Which is insane, by the way.
Yes, up from 29. Yeah, so I think here he's waiting for his planning, waiting for infantry equipment, which, by the way, replenishes super fast because he's still using basic infantry equipment. He's producing 202 a day compared to the Axis player who's producing 90 a day, more than double. But, you know, is that worth when you have 1/3 of the stats? We'll have to see who's the victor and decide on that. And here comes the push. There's the wraparound around Frankfurt. He's going to the left of Frankfurt, also going from the south. On the east of Frankfurt, there's a big push, but Marcel's doing a counter push. This one division is holding on for its life. Will it be able to hold? It right now is, but now there's another division near Nuremberg, on the west of Nuremberg, that is now being taken, and that is potentially 6 divisions that could be encircled here if Mio is not careful. There they go. 5 divisions, 6 divisions dead.
It's so dangerous. He needs to start making better divisions at this point.
How would he do that? Would he have to just make
like RD divisions? He needs to make RD more. He needs to make far more.
Reduce the amount of guns he's producing?
Yeah, he's already got enough. He can consolidate divisions already.
And the air war is just ping-ponging. It is actually just ping-ponging. They're switching left, switching right, switching airfield, switching airfield. I will have to restart my game after this because I have air bug.
Oh, you do? Okay, fair enough.
So I can't see red, green, but you can still kind of see what's going on. You can see that right now there is air battle going on over Western Germany, and yeah, you can see that those spawn-in airplanes are actually absolute garbanzo. 5 Allied airplanes lost to 44 Italian airplanes lost.
That's big.
That's huge. Yeah, the spawn-in Italian airplanes, they're good for initially getting air superiority, but if you actually start trading with them, it's horrendous. And Cologne, oh my god, how did I miss that? Allies now have Cologne. The Allies now are winning, holding 2 of the victory points. Now it's up to Marcel, the Axis player. He has 285 days to get 1 more victory point.
Yeah, it is. Wow, okay, that's a massive blunder. I didn't even notice that.
I didn't even notice that either. How did he lose Colne? Bad casters.
He just folded like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think I think Marcel was like us. We were focused on the encirclement in Nuremberg. It's actually crazy to me that we're seeing 5-1 losses, and the side that has 5-1 losses is winning.
Yeah.
It's potentially reinforced meme. Let's do moment of truth. Does Marcel have radios tech? He does. So potentially he could have still got meme though. It always pains me to see light tanks not get pierced. Oh my god.
I mean, to be fair, there's always like the funny gamer moments whenever you get something like radio and you still get reinforced meme. They could just happen just off of random chance.
And there it is, Arsenal of Democracy.
And he didn't start outproducing, but just I'm looking at what's happening at Stuttgart, and he's able to cross over. He's gonna be able to get across the river in a second. That division's not gonna be able to hold. Like the numbers advantage, it's not enough. Like
yeah,
he can't stop the units. He has no response for the Italian light tank either, which is really fast. So he's gonna lose like 4 divisions if the division gets micro proper. Yeah, that's another 3 as well. Yeah. He was able to get past them. It's so bad. Yeah, losing this many divisions is devastating. He's still playing for time, though. Theoretically, it is possible to hold out here if he can consolidate with the new line. He has a lot of infantry.
He spawns
but,
in
like, he's about to get
building.
encircled again, which is another 2 divisions. Like, Marcel's starting to ramp up that micro. Starting to get big. He's already taking Trier. Koblenz might fall here in a second if he moves in extra divisions. No, not even. He's going to be able to get it with the cast damage. He still has green arrow over the zone as well. It's now yellow. He moved over the plains. He recognizes the problem with this, but now the light tank is still taking more tiles. Alsace-Lorraine is going to fall here in a second. Mulhouse has already been taken in just a few hours. Nancy has been taken now. Strasbourg is connecting. Like, the divisions are still continuing.
That light tank division is moving, on the move. Those 4 encircled divisions are, that's pain for the side of the Allies.
Amsterdam lost its entrenchment just now. He's attacking in, so if he recognizes this, he can attack it right now and probably take it. Easy peasy. 2 more divisions are dead as well. Saarbrücken is gone.
Yeah, this is looking painful for the Allied player. Another, those divisions now that encircled, the 3 encircled divisions, those are going to free up a lot for the Axis player. Also, keep in mind that you get a lot more XP from killing encircled divisions than you do just from trading.
Yeah, the general's going to level up a lot. He's already level 5 right now.
And now the south side of the Allies player is completely open. It's completely open. He's training another 6 divisions, but he doesn't have the manpower.
He's out of manpower. He's now him building so many divisions is starting to just come around.
That being said, he is doing a push across near Dortmund, interestingly enough,
with no manpower. So even if it doesn't result in anything big, I don't think it's going to be worth it. He needs the manpower from the mobilization to go straight into training the template. But now he's going to have to replenish these guys because they take priority. Bold decision. We'll have to see how this one pans out, but Essen holds for now, and now he might get counterattacked back across, but 1 division versus 5 doesn't pan out.
You know, if you went the 5th Guard army and he did this build, he would have more manpower.
Would have had a lot of tanks. You would have had a lot more manpower and a lot more tanks.
Yep. Yep.
Should have showed those Germans what for.
What for?
Hey, they say, hey, show those Germans what for.
He says, hey, I'm soft attacking here.
That's okay. Wrong dialect, by the way.
Dialect. I'm pretty sure it's called accent, sir.
Wrong dialect.
Wrong English dialect.
They speak a different language over there. Okay, I can barely understand them.
You can barely understand German, so you understand German a little.
Fucking capiche.
That's a division encircled. So he's using this motorized division, which is pretty smart to do some encirclements. Cologne and Amsterdam still holding. Keep in mind that Allies player is still technically winning, but Cologne is lost. That is Cologne in the hand of the Axis. Now the Axis player is back into the driver's seat.
There.
Yes, the tank division's there, and it's still fully supplied. Essen is now down, and it's going back. It's going back and forth. The losses are just absolutely devastating. Absolutely devastating.
Not recoverable for now.
Oh, and now the snake with the motorized. Does the Axis player have divisions that he can drop down? He does. So this is not going to end up winning the game unless he just completely tunnel visions in. But I don't think he will. Because as I say that, he deployed those 4 divisions, I believe. Nope, I just heard something that was incorrect. But yeah, the Axis is now doing a major push. Amsterdam only being held by 12 divisions. Oh, that almost for a second looked like an encirclement. They're all forced retreating, and they're encircled. Tank division and 2 infantry divisions are encircled in Dusseldorf. They are clicking out, which is incredibly dangerous. Now the light tank is there. Light tank is going to counter click, and yep, those spawn-ins and that snaking infantry is out. The snaking motorized infantry is out. Amsterdam still being held, but it's now being cut off. The salient is now moving towards Ghent, and more divisions are being encircled. Allies player down from 60 divisions to 38.
I hope there might be another encirclement at Brussels here. If he crosses across Sedan, and then he'll get the divisions at Namur.
There you go.
1 tile away, the divisions are going to get cut off. They're probably yep, there it is. Another 2 divisions down the drain. Again, he doesn't have manpower to be able to produce more divisions. He's completely down in the hole. Seems like the micro is slowing down by the allied player. He may have had the over thought enter his head. He might be saying it's Jover. I mean, look at it. He's like, yeah. There's too much momentum on the side of Marcel. I think it's very insurmountable right now. Looking at this instinctively, I think it's going to be extremely difficult, and it would require like pretty god-given micro on the part of Mio. I mean, fuck.
He has another 6 divisions that he can put down. They will be green divisions, which really doesn't help when you already have these like really bad stats. Honestly, when you're going for
Band-Aid.
Yeah, he's just deleted everything. It's GG. It's GG.
It's ogre.
The thing is, honestly, I don't think, in my personal opinion, you know, I could be completely wrong. We could see a player prove me absolutely wrong. But I don't think that going the outdated guns like this was worth it. Maybe one outdated gun is worth it, but
I think it's a bit hindsight bias in the sense that I feel like if I was in the same exact position that he was, I would have been able to, if not outright win the game, gotten a lot closer by just leveraging the manpower that he had deployed compared to Marcel. I think that was a major blunder going in with that plan of having outdated infantry equipment just so he has more divisions and then just not using them properly, like using the numbers advantage. That's just crazy to me.
You're definitely right on that. I just felt like every time he clicked, even with the planning bonus, he was just getting outclassed. Every time he was, even before a single division was encircled, he was at 5-1 losses.
Yep.
To me, that's just crazy. I don't know. Again, yeah, it could be hindsight bonus. Maybe the Axis player could have, maybe the Allied player could have made a different play, especially in the South when it was open. Made a different play with when he had.
Agree. W take. Hash brown moment.
Hash brown. Certified hash brown moment. Certified hash brown moment.
I guess that means it doesn't necessarily count, but de facto, Marcel is undefeated.
Yeah, Marcel. So if you're just tuning in, this was a 1v1 show match between the top performers of today's matches. We saw Mio or Jeanne, whatever name you prefer to use for him. He went 3-0 in his group, and Marcel also went 3-0 in his group. So both players decided to have a 1v1 against each other to give us some entertainment, to show us the best of the 3-0s. And Marcel comes out on top on the axis of on the Rhineland, across the Rhine map.
Unfortunately, with the standard build.
Yeah, I mean, both went standard builds. It seems that the meta on the Rhine is Italy 6th Army, or which one is it?
First, I believe.
First Army, and then Allied USA. Okay,